Hey friends, and welcome to another Upcycled by Bri. As you could tell by the title of today's video, things have changed just a bit. Originally, I was going to bring you in today and I was going to be downsizing this booth space just a bit, but I've had some exciting news. I'm going to be expanding some products that I'm offering. So instead of downsizing this booth, we are going to switch plans and we are going to be building some new displays. You're going to have to stay tuned for future videos to see what those products are. Make sure you subscribe and like my channel so you don't miss any new videos. I post every Thursday and Sunday. Let's go home. We're going to start making some displays.
This shelf has served a couple of purposes in my booth. It's held paint for a while, sometimes it holds my smalls, and I did have it marked to sell as is. It is a cool handmade cubby system, solid wood, but this backer board is kind of cheap, so I'm going to pull it off and give it a makeover. I started this piece last week thinking I was going to be repainting it for resale, not knowing plans were going to change. I'm glad that I still have it and now it's going to become a display piece. Let's go ahead and get it cleaned up. I'm going to be using my normal TSP solution. I can insert a picture here and drop it in my Amazon store below.
You can already see what a difference this cleaner's making. That side has not been cleaned. This side has. I've given it a few times over. I'll stand it up. I'll give it one more good scrub down and then we'll get it sealed up.
We're going to continue to work on this piece throughout the video until we have it just perfect and ready for a display in my booth. But since I did have some time freed up in my schedule for this weekend, I decided I should probably pop over to the Giving Tree to do some impromptu thrifting. Let's take a break on this real quick and go do just a little shopping. I ended up finding some really great things today. Stay tuned for later on in the video when I show you my haul once we get back home. I always look at the books at this store. You can see they have a good variety of colors. I picked out a few brighter ones today for spring and summer vignettes. They are $3.50 each before my discount. Look at all of these canister sets. I bet some of you are going gaga right now. This set had a lid and look at those amazing prices. Unfortunately, the painted stamped Crocs just don't sell for me. I took a peek at this piece right here, thinking I might be able to do a cool transfer or stencil on the inside where the old picture is, but the backing didn't come off easy, so I didn't want to mess with it for the price tag of $6. I had some Kills primer left from when we were doing painting projects here at the house, so I'm going to give this backer board 3 good coats of Kills primer that will keep any old stains from showing through. Body of the piece got 1 coat of Zinsser shellac to help avoid any bleed through when I'm ready to paint. Drop your guess below on what color you think I'm going to paint this right now. Let's see if you're right. In the meantime, we're going to head back to the thrift store for just a few. Here I found a set of 3 candlesticks, $3, $5, and $7. I don't find sets of 3 very often. In my last haul, I was talking about an enamel cup. Here it is. Do you think I grabbed it this time? And I couldn't resist this sweet cow. I had to pull this out of here to see what it was. And it was a little folding children's tray. Super cute. I see Julie use these a lot and create some super cool things with them. I passed on it today though, but I did snag the chalkboard. And what about these dishes? Do you think they are candy dishes or vintage ashtrays? If you guessed black, you were right. Today I am using Sweet Pickins milk paint in the color Lantern. First in my cup, I added in ½ cup of warm water and then ½ cup of milk paint powder. I'm mixing it up very well, and today I'm going to add just a splash of extra Bond. Bond is a product that's going to help your paint adhere to your surface. If I had raw wood, I probably would use no Bond, but since I primed it with shellac, it's a little shiny, I'm going to throw in just a splash of the Bond. Working smarter here and just pouring a little milk paint onto this primed backer board and using a small roller to get it applied. I will link that down below in my Amazon shop as well. It's really handy for projects like this. I'm going to let this paint dry and show you a few more clips from the thrift store, and once I get my haul all laid out on the table, we'll take a better look. I know, I don't need any more floral. Do you think it stopped me? Comment below. These measuring spoons were really pretty, but I actually just ordered a set off of Jamie's Saturday night thrift haul, so I figured I would hold off. I always have to look at the cat figurines, and this one I had to pet. And isn't this cute? I love its little wire tail. I found 3 vintage casters when I was thrifting, but darn it, I needed 4. So I had this plastic pair in my stash. Not exactly what I wanted, but I have a really good idea. I went ahead and put these on. They're very easy to put on. They just have a steel plate, and I drilled the screw straight into this solid wood piece. I'm just using an old brush to apply this milk paint. Milk paint is harder to clean out of my brush than DIY paint, so I try not to use my nice brushes with it if I can avoid it. I'm glad I decided to paint the trim on the front here. It added a nice touch. One coat is all it took to get the coverage I wanted on this piece. You can see right here, there's a little bit of weird reaction. If this was a piece of furniture or a custom order, I would have shellacked that some more and given it another coat of milk paint. For the look I'm going for, that's going to add to the look even more. 120 grit on my orbital sander, and I'm going to give this piece a once over. After I sanded, the whole piece got a coat of DIY clear wax. Again, working smarter here, I'm waxing the piece before I put it back on. I'm using DIY black wax, and I'm loving the nice dark look it's giving over this black paint. I rub off any extra here with a paper towel and then buff it a little bit to make sure it's good and sealed. I nail the backer board back onto the piece, and let's take a look. Oh yeah, the wheels. Today I'm using Modern Masters Metal Effects Rust Finish. It's a 3-step system here, and it's going to give these plastic wheels an authentic rust finish. Step 1 is the primer. It's a rust color, which helps the effect, but it also helps protect the surface you are painting. The iron paint and the rust activator is a chemical reaction, so this primer will help protect the plastic. The first coat dry for an hour or so, and apply coat 2 pretty thick, trying to build up some really good texture here. All right, step 2 is the oxidizing iron paint. Step 2 is also 2 coats. I let the first coat dry for about an hour, and here I'm applying coat 2. Again, nice and thick, really getting some good texture built up. If you buy the kit, it does come with a little spritzer bottle. You can spray this through a bottle. When I am doing a flat surface, a horizontal surface such as this, doing a spritz is great because the rust activator sits on the rust paint and does its job. If I were just to spray it on here, it's all just gonna run and puddle off down here and it's not gonna have time to activate. So I'm going to flip this piece back over. And I have put the rust activator in my continual mist bottle here because I don't have the little spritzer bottle, and this is gonna work great. So I'm just going to start spraying the activator on these wheels. You will also apply 2 coats of this rust activator. It is very important that you reapply the second coat only 5 minutes after the first one. I'm putting a paper towel around this wheel before I apply my second coat because I really want that rust activator to sit on these wheels for a couple hours to make sure that it does its job. It was just a little tricky with that rounded surface. It kept all just running down to the bottom. A quick reminder of the plastic wheels before. And here's me pulling that paper towel back the next morning. It did its job. Let's take it outside and look at it in the daylight. Again, I will link this amazing rust product down in my Amazon shop below if you want to try it out for yourself. I'm glad I kept the shelf. It is the perfect display piece for what I have in mind. You're going to have to stay tuned to future videos to find out the new products I'm carrying. Now that we have this done, let's head inside and check out my haul.
First up, we have a recipe card rolling pin. How cute is this? It does have a flat edge on one side, so it'll sit on the countertop, and then you can put your recipe right inside the little slot. I am going to go ahead and sand that heart off. I'll give it some cute chippy handles, give it just a little bit of an update. It was $1.05. I fell in love with these the second I saw them. Now I'm going to replace the vinyl decal on there because you can totally see, I think somebody just stuck it on there after the fact. But they are wooden measuring cups. The bottom's felted to protect countertops, and they are super cool. Y'all know I love my little paper pots. These were about 35 cents each, and I will replace the floral in them, but the little paper pot is in great shape. I'm thinking a cute little stamp on the front. The paper will take the stamp easy, and that'll be like a 1-minute flip. I will sell them after they're finished for about $3.95, and I love to have just little things like this in my booth at a smaller price point. This is just a cute little piece of decor. I think it would look great hung on a wall. It cost me 70 cents after my discount. These were $1.50 each. It would be cute on either side of a larger piece of decor, you know, up on a mantle. They almost remind me of mercury glass, which is why I got them. Hang a little floral out of it, would be perfect. And I will sell these for about $9.95-ish on the pair. Now, keep in mind, I'm thinking display. I want to tell you guys so bad, but I can't yet. I'll give you a hint. It's another paint line, and you can drop a comment down below if you think you may know who it is. Anywho, chalkboards. These are going to be great, you know, for signs. This one was made in Portugal. New paint colors, or shop here, or sale, or whatever. And this one was in like the shape of a little hanging board. I thought it was super cute. $1.50 and $1. Bird nest baskets. I found one on one side of the store, one on the other side. And they definitely live together, judging by the pearls here. $2 each. So do you remember in that last haul video I did where I had the cute, but I was talking about finding a really pretty blue one at the thrift store, but it was probably a little too expensive, so I didn't get it. Well, I got it. $5 price tag on here, so $1.50 off that. This was $3.50, and I think that is a super reasonable price. There is some damage on the inside, so technically shouldn't drink out of it, but this blue color, like look, I've got some stuff going on in my kitchen already. It's gonna be good. I'm keeping this one. I don't always pick up white pictures, but this one had such a fun shape to it. It's got a little lid. $3.50 is what I paid. And it will be going in my retail booth. I don't want to try to ship this, probably around $12 to $14.95. I don't know exactly what these are. If you do, please leave me a comment below. They are glass with a metal detail, but I don't see like anywhere where they were ever attached to anything, but I couldn't pass them up. I love glass and I love metal, and the back of them are rusty. $2 each, so I paid $1.40. I love a good glass jar with a cork. This is a good one. Not super thick glass, but it has some fun texture to it. I paid 70 cents. I'll sell it for about $3 to $4.95. Red Door Home Decor, established 2015. They were originally $7.50 each, so I paid $1.40 each. I thought they would make good imitation olive topiaries. Stay tuned for that DIY. I found this set of vintage felt bunny piggy banks. They both have a place for money. They both have a place where you can get the money out. They were $1.75 each, minus the 30%, of course. And I really love how this one's face is just a little wonky. And these I will be adding to my personal collection. I don't have a lot of bunnies, and I don't do a lot of Easter decorating per se, but I think bunnies are great in the spring. I love bunnies, real bunnies. I love watching them outside. So we'll bring some fake ones inside, but I have really gravitated towards the vintage bunnies. I also love vintage planters. I've got a few sprinkled around here and there, but I couldn't resist the chippy paint on this one. $1.75 is what I paid. I love his chippy blue paint, and I love his chippy green paint as well. I might have to keep him, guys. I mean, come on, he goes so good. We'll see. Finding sets of candlesticks have been like finding unicorns lately, so I am happy with these. They're very ornate. What I will do is spray paint them black, and then we will paint over them with white and distress back through. These will be perfect French country candlesticks. Let's do some math. 7 and 3 is 10, $15, $1.53, $4.50 off of 15. I paid $10.50. Another set of candlesticks. Let's see, originally 2 of 5, 3 of 5. Wow, there was 5 of these originally. I wish I could have found all 5. $5, $4, that's a total of $9. After the discount, I paid about $6.50 for this set. A few more things left here. I got a new stack of books. This one is First Aid, 4th edition. It's got some cool pictures in it. I might have to keep this one. I will be keeping these 3, and I bought this one to stage with the cute little dark green hutch I just did on my last video. If you haven't seen that, I'll drop a link right here. I couldn't resist this little serving tray. It was only $1.40 for me, and it is a little like table tray. Elena tried to claim it already, so I'll probably let her have it. Unless somebody falls in love with it, let me know and I'll hide it. It would be easy enough to ship. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these placemats. They were 70 cents after my discount. I really love these. I'm going to keep a few for me to use at my table. It is not Christmas, and I will probably actually save this one until it's closer to, and she's gonna get a new paint job, but I do love angels, and this is wood. I mean, I don't hate the paint job she already has. Maybe we'll wait a little closer to Christmas and I'll reassess that. I got a few baskets. I know that on my last live, if you missed it, I'll put a little link for it right here. I talked about my basket problem, but when you find good baskets, you just can't pass them up, and I had many people who agreed with me. So this is going to be one I keep for my own house. I'm going to use it for beach towels downstairs. After my discount, it was about $8.50. This little shawl, well, it was actually in the clothing section, a little handkerchief or scarf, but I thought this would be perfect for staging. You know, when you have little baskets and you can't cram a big blanket in them, like this. It's a miniature basket blanket. Oh my goodness. When I thought I was downsizing, I wasn't planning on staging a ton of furniture really soon, so I wanted to pick up a few things that would be great for instant staging. So as I was taking my cart back inside, I saw these, and apparently they had been there for a little while. I never noticed them before. Chineco? Chineco. And if you notice, this one has a little bit of a pattern on it, and then these two don't. These are a little bit different. So I don't think they're an exact set. The top of them are worn pretty differently too. I fell in love with it. I love this green. I love dark wood. I'm probably gonna end up having to keep these, but they would also look great staged up next to that hutch. We'll see. I also paid entirely too much for this tiny little crock. $1.75 for this little guy after my discount. Beaumont Brothers Pottery, Crooksville, Ohio. I paid about $2.55 for this after my discount. I will sell it for around $16.95, $15.95, somewhere in there. This basket was right up front. I had walked by it a couple of times, so as soon as I saw it, I did. I paid $3.50 for it after my discount. Technically, this was marked not for sale, and I usually never ask about their not for sale stuff. But after I found this one, I thought that this was a match. I had already seen this one in the back with some wrapping paper in it. I thought this one was a match. It didn't end up being a match, but they still obviously look fantastic together. Coming up next week, we have furniture to finish, displays to finish, booth work to do. I've got paint coming in, so a lot of exciting things happening. Make sure you are subscribed. Your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any new videos. And please share this video with a friend who you think may love it as well. It really will help my channel grow. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, friends.